Welcome to the listening platform, where we slow down, reflect, and ease into meaningful conversation with ourselves. I am Guru Subramanian Swaminathan, a coach for life. In this space, we are embarking on a journey to listen deeply to the stories of ordinary people living extraordinary moments. Because I strongly believe that moments become memories with just a dose of intention. So take a deep breath, lean in, let's listen now. Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in listening platform. Today, it's a very special episode. We have a Gen Z in our podcast. It's the first time we are doing this kind of a podcast. I hope it resonates with many of our listeners. Welcome, Sharavi Kulkarni. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Thanks for doing this. I know I spoke to your dad first, and we were thinking about speaking about this subject. Then we thought, okay, fine. Why don't we just do it as a podcast so that it will be helpful for everybody. I'll give a quick intro for yourself. Sharavi Kulkarni, she's spanning across probably 3 continents now. She was born and started her education in Ohio, USA, and then she transitioned to Pune in India, and then started off the high school in Sydney, Australia. And currently she's doing a graduation in UNSW, and we'll hear more about her high school, her current education, what she's doing, what positions does she hold as she is in the university, and we'll explore more as we go through it. Thank you so much. Welcome, Sharavi. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Sharavi. I am currently a second-year actuarial studies and computer science student at UNSW. I used to go to Cheltenham Girls High School. I started there in year 9.
Okay.
I went to a school in India till year 7. And it was a big transition, I guess, going from India to directly year 9 in high school over here. But I think it went pretty smooth in terms of academics. I was exposed to a lot of extracurriculars here. So I was part of the social justice. I was the leader at social justice at my school. Okay. I was also the green team leader, peer support leader. I was also a transport prefect. And overall, I just made so many amazing connections here. I really enjoyed my time.
Excellent. And what do you do in UNSW now?
Yeah, so I study actuarial studies and computer science. So it's basically like exploring the insurance field and a lot of financial maths and statistics. A lot of maths. I really enjoy math. In high school as well, I was really...
Probably one of the rarest person who says enjoy maths actually, right?
I did maths extension 2 in high school as well. I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
But apart from academics, I think that's only one part of university life.
Okay.
I'm also part of a lot of societies. I'm the marketing director at Alternative Investment Society at UNSW.
Okay.
Careers director at Women in Consulting.
Okay.
And I was also part of HR in Women in Management. So a lot of fun activities going on there.
Amazing. I think you did mention about you're doing beyond academics and you're also black belt first Dan?
Yeah, first Dan.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to grade for second Dan, but I tore my ACL, so this one.
That's great. Now, say for example, like you have experienced sort of like 3 education systems, right? So one in US, then in India, and now in Australia, and all before the university itself. And typically the graduation transition would be like somebody does the high school in a particular country and then graduate to another country, but you have done 3 countries already. So how has it shaped your adaptability or confidence or approach? It would have gone as a transition also, right? Apart from your academics.
Yeah, so I think like my early education was of course in the United States. Over there was a lot of focus on beyond academics, like in the Western world. Although I had a really good flair for math early on, very young age, I was distinguished from the cohort pretty early.
Okay.
But my teachers really encouraged me to explore life beyond maths and academics as well. So I was exposed to a lot of art, music. I remember playing the guitar back in primary, pretty young age, and also art. And they really motivated me and encouraged me to do all of those stuff beyond academics. I was actually selected to get my work published in a local American magazine for my artwork in primary. And the fact that it's still stuck in my brain just shows how much that really meant for me and encouraged me to identify my skills beyond academics. So that was back in the US very early on. Then when I moved to India, it was more so of a hard work and discipline that got built in me.
Okay.
Because in India, it's a very rigorous academic system. There's not much focus beyond academics generally in high school. So especially since I spent a lot of my high school there, there's a lot of focus on just getting good in terms of your hard work.
Okay.
So that's where I got exposed to a lot of different study techniques and a lot of pushing myself, because I had to write a lot in less time, memorize a lot as well.
Okay.
I feel like that was a skill I built again early on before my very significant years in year 11 and 12 in Australia. That's something I really learned from India. And then when I came to Australia, it was kind of relating back to the US. It was about taking up opportunities again.
All right.
So when I started off in year 9, I came into Australia with a mindset to get a perfect ATAR. That was my mindset from early on as well. But when I actually stepped into the high school, I learned that there's life way beyond academics in Australia. It's not like India.
Way beyond ATAR.
Yeah, way beyond ATAR. And a lot of my friends were involved in societies like social justice again. And then initially I was like, it's probably just because they want to have fun. But yeah, they just want to join societies, and it's a different culture over here, and I shouldn't really do all of that. But just seeing how much time they spent in the societies and the experiences they were getting involved in, I saw them going for fundraisers and just going around school selling cupcakes, and I was like, that looks kind of fun as well. So I joined there, and as I made new connections, they really pushed me to, again, take part in something beyond myself and academics. I was also responsible for organizing events at our school for fundraising and multicultural day and whatnot. All of those opportunities really pushed me to become a social justice leader and more leaderships. I built a lot of skills beyond technical skills, a lot of the soft skills from Australian education.
That's absolutely the fun way of the education also, right?
Yeah.
I think, and you get a lot of time with your friends beyond the regular classrooms.
Yeah, definitely.
Great, excellent. I think there is one topic which we certainly have to touch is about the ATAR. So ATAR is the score which you get when you complete your HSC. So based on your subject selections and things like that. That's a number. It's sort of like a magic number. What would you like to say? I mean, I don't have any specific question, but what would you like to say about that, since probably you have crossed that stage, right?
Yeah.
you know how it was before and how it is now. So what's that number? How does it look like, and what's the impact it's having on the students?
Yeah, so I think ATAR is a very formal way to get into university. I think it's the most straightforward way to get in. Like if you think of the typical Australian education you would read online, you have to apply through UAC, they look at your ATAR and then they say, well, you got in or you didn't get in. There's a cutoff usually. So I think in the very formal way, it's a number that gets you in a university in the easiest path possible. But again, given that I said that, it's not like if you don't get that number you won't get in. I know so many friends that they want to go to medicine, but they start off in like med-sci, like medical science, and then they later transfer in the later years. So they start with they didn't reach the target because medicine has like terribly high ATARs and a lot of UCAT requirements, but they don't directly get their ATARs. There's so many pathways to go about that as well. You can go to different university, transfer later. That's probably easier as well. So beyond like that formal bit, it's also you can make ATAR how much important you want it to be. Like personally for me, it was like I want to see how much I can push myself to achieve a goal. So I pushed myself a lot. Hard work again from India. That's really something that came. But for me, I like visualizing my goals. So I actually wrote my target ATAR on a paper, stuck it on my study table, and looked at it every day. So all of that just falls under what I wanted my ATAR to be. It was like a visualization of how much I could push myself to be. But again, people usually can also treat it as a minimum requirement just to get into university. If they need 98, they just get a 98. They're not going to put more effort or less effort. Yeah, I think you can make it as important as you want it to be.
I mean, that's a classic example of, I would say, the manifestation. I mean, visually thinking what you should be getting and then thinking about it on a daily basis. So that's a great example. Thanks for sharing that. I think that's something I think the current high school students can pick up and start utilizing it very quickly.
It really works. You actually get the exact ATAR as well.
I'm not going to get into how much ATAR you get. So that's your information. The next one is about the classic, the AI generation, right? I think you completed in 2020, and then the ChatGPT and things like that started off around January, February 2023. Did you get a chance to use AI in your studies, or if not, do you think current students should be using it? Ethically, how does it? What's your views?
So it's a very, I guess, dated topic. I personally think I don't remember using AI much back in my high school, but now that I think about it, I reflect upon it. I think I used it a bit at the end of year 12 because that's when it actually became popular.
Yeah.
I think in terms of HSC, you can split it into subjective and objective subjects, right? So for the subjective subjects, your GPT is not going to get you anywhere. Because if you think about it, realistically, our HSC markers mark thousands of papers. They have to mark so many essays, and at the end of the day, GPT is a machine. It's been programmed to produce a similar output every time. No matter how much you tailor it, it's gonna run by a program. So a lot of the people that are using GPT for their essays are gonna be getting the similar outputs. If the marker come across the output 1,000 times, it's not gonna put a good impression on the marker. It's not gonna get you anywhere. So I would say get your original ideas, because the essence of English in HSC is that you want to reflect on your experiences, and GPT has not lived your experiences, so you can't go off that. So first, I guess, come make a list of the ideas that you want to express from yourself. And then when it comes to expression, especially if English is a second language, it's probably useful to put it into good words and use complicated metaphors and whatnot. You can ask GPT to help you with that. But again, you have to learn from that, because in HSC, you won't have an expression tool, so you have to get used to doing it yourself. And for the objective subjects, I would say it's a bit more better to use GPT. If you're stuck on a math question and your teacher, they usually won't respond after working hours, so if you want a quick answer, just use it. But again, don't just copy it down, because when you read it, it sounds like it's an easy question. Oh, the answer looks so easy. But when you actually try and do it in an exam, you won't retain much of the information if you just copy paste it from GPT. So try and do it yourself, even if you use AI.
I think probably use it for knowing the steps, how to solve it, then the actual answers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. I think, are you using AI much in universities here?
I think it's definitely useful for coding, R coding especially, because in university there's a lot of self-learning. So a lot of the prompts, a lot of the code bits are often not directly taught to you. You have to explore a bit yourself. So for the exploration aspect, AI is really useful. Just for the coding bits.
So it's still required. Use it consciously.
Yeah, consciously, of course. You can't get caught for plagiarism and all that. And it's not good for your learning. You're going to have to apply those skills in your job later on. And if you've been using GPT the whole time, how are you meant to code on the spot? So you have to tailor it to yourself.
Yeah. See, you did mention about the hard work and the discipline which has come from the rigorous studies which you have undergone in India. I just want to explore that thought in terms of, is the Taekwondo, did it help about your fitness, your discipline? Did it help in that perspective also?
Yeah, so I think in Taekwondo, there's a lot to learn from it actually. The most important thing is consistency and discipline, which I learned from India, because realistically, as a black belt, if you miss 1 or 2 weeks of training, you are way behind everyone else already. Especially the black belts, you fall so behind, and then it's hard to catch up. You have to put in way more effort than if you did it consistently. So that consistency aspect really helps a lot. And along with that, a lot of humbleness as well, because to be honest, there's a lot to learn from the lower belts than the black belts. Because the lower belts, they have such innovative approaches to, let's say, kicks or whatnot, and they're so willing to teach you, and they actually feel happy if a black belt's asking them how to do a specific kick. So they feel really proud, and I think just building that culture is really nice. And also a lot of observation skills. You actually learn a lot more from observing your fellow black belts, how they do specific kicks, than actually asking the instructor how to do them. There's observation skills and being those nitty gritty, a lot of watching on the legs and whatnot. Small things are really important, and I think I learned a lot of that discipline from India.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. I think the one thing which when I was speaking to you and your dad also, one pattern which I could see is that one is the growth mindset which you have had, and also you have been resilient across moving countries and picking up the new subjects and going forward actually, right? What helped you, or did anybody help you for staying in this course?
Well, definitely. I think the thing that has been consistent is, of course, my parents. They have pushed me so hard, and I think it's very easy to lose your focus, especially after moving countries, because there's so much new to explore. You see all of this nice infrastructure, you have a lot of new friends, you have a lot of new activities like those clubs. But my parents have always reminded me of the goal that I have and the reason why I came here, and how it's going to benefit me more than it's going to benefit them, right? So just having that constant reminder of why, the purpose that we came here, why am I doing something, why am I attending high school, why am I trying to get that 9.9 ATAR and whatnot. That's really important, especially to motivate yourself when you feel HSC is a lot of up down periods. So it's very useful in the lows to get that motivation, and also showing gratitude after, because of course they're taking time out of their own work. They're really busy people, so they're taking time out of their own work and whatnot to guide you and make sure you're on tracks, expressing your gratitude. And also I feel like my teachers also really help with that, because I had a very personal and really nice connection with my teachers, especially my high school teachers, of course, because they saw me every single day. I was so nice with them. They're so nice. Also Hindi teachers as well. Like I did Hindi accelerated. They really pushed me to do stuff beyond just my Hindi preparation syllabus. So my main teacher, Mala Auntie, she really pushed me to do stuff like poetry competitions, essay writing. And I was like, well, I'm doing HSC, like, so busy, how are you giving me all this stuff to do? But she really like pushed me. She used to constantly check in and make sure I did all of that. And now that I think back to it, that definitely improved my skills way beyond what just reading Hindi would have done to me. So I was so much more confident speaking in Hindi and whatnot. And I think all my teachers, all of the IIBV Hindi school teachers really helped me with all of that. So that gratitude expression really puts you on the right path again, makes you and others feel happy as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much on that. And now the next one is on the Gen Z mindset. I think being in the industry here, so I'm also working with a few of the Gen Zs who has come out of the college as an intern. We are working together. So one thing which is coming out very strongly is Gen Z is like purpose driven, and you want to be as adaptive as possible actually. Now in this particular context, right, what does success look to you?
Yeah, well, I think the thing about Gen Z is that they're not afraid to try out new things at all. Like I know so many friends who did a degree and they're in a field that's way different than their degree right now. So I always think like, how do they get that much courage to change, enter something so new to them after doing university for like 4 or 5 years and then just going to new fields. So I think the ability to dare is something that's very nice and like unique with Gen Z. They don't really care about like the money aspect and like what if, like they don't care about the what ifs, you know? They just follow what they really like. Like if they feel like, I don't think this is the right thing for me, even after doing my degree, they would actually chase behind what they want to do. So that is something that really sticks out with Gen Z. And also ability to innovate. Like there's so many startups coming up just from my university and just amongst my network. So
is it?
Yeah, a lot of startups, a lot of they're just.
I mean, do you want to expand on that? I mean, if you couple of startups, well, if you can share the name or the idea at least.
I don't really remember the names on top of my mind, but it's a lot of focus on AI, especially like using AI to improve daily life chores, like not chores, but like writing emails and whatnot. It's all focusing on AI at the moment. But yeah, they're really putting a lot of effort into that beyond their academics, which is really inspiring because academics itself in university is so tough. It's a lot of effort and work. So the fact that they're willing to try all that is a big risk, and it's amazing. Now, if you could speak directly to your year 9 self, what would you speak about? I would probably remind myself that your teachers are there for you. Like when I started in year 9, I wasn't in the mindset to connect with my teachers as much. Like in India, I didn't really do that much. But coming here, I was again, like I said before, my mindset was getting that ATAR no matter what. But now that I think about it, my teachers really opened up a lot of opportunities for me. So I actually, in year 9, it was of course a bit of a struggle. My teachers, although I was very new to the school, they actually involved a lot in me. So they actually guided me on what I was doing wrong. And they encouraged me to ask questions, like a lot of questions. I think it started in a parent-teacher interview. One of my elective past teachers, she was like, oh, Sharavi should ask more questions in class. If she's not understanding something, she's so shy. That really like struck out to me. Your friends were like, why are you doing that, right? Like the teacher's so involved in you. So I never thought my teacher would notice those nitty-gritty things about me. So they actually pay a lot of attention to you.
Okay.
And since then, I've been approaching my teachers outside of class, asking questions, sending them a lot of emails with questions, and they really appreciated that. They really noticed my change in marks and everything. And also with the extracurriculars.
Okay.
Since I was really close to my year advisor, one day I was going to drop off something in her staff room.
Okay.
And then she saw like a list of the activities I was in, like on my uniform. We had badges for each activity.
Okay.
She saw them on the badges, and it was like a 1-minute conversation. She was asking me, you just started, how did you have so many like extracurricular activities, involvement and whatnot? And I thought, oh, she's just asking out of curiosity. But later on, at the end of the year, I actually got an award called Macquarie Leaders and Achievers Award. It's only given to 2 students in the grade, so I was one of them. It turns out she actually referred me for the award to the university.
Amazing, right?
Yeah. I never thought
it's like a 1-minute conversation.
Yeah, it's a 1-minute conversation. It can totally change your entire like approach. And I was so motivated after that. I was like, I should do more and more. And that's what made me like do these societies at university as well.
Okay.
They really pay a lot of attention to you.
Is it like showing up on the school on the best foot forward on a daily basis for each interaction? Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. Showing a lot of curiosity, involvement with them. Actually just saying hi, roaming around, just showing that you're actually interested in the school and you actually want to be a part of the school, not just there for getting marks. You're there for actually involving at the school and involving the teachers as well.
Great insight, Sharavi. Thank you so much. Now, in listening platform, right, we always say that the stories which we hear shape our futures also. Now, with your journey, what is the teaching about? Whether it is growth, is it about empathy, or is it about leading with integrity? In which pattern you can slot yourself, and is there anything you can share about the future?
Yeah. I would say definitely a lot of gratitude. Like I'm mentioning so many times, a lot of gratitude. Again, the effort you put in is how much you get out of something as well. Okay. So putting a lot of effort into your relationships, your teachers and everything, that's really, you're really going to succeed from that, definitely. And picking up opportunities whenever you see them. Okay. That is really important. And for leading with integrity, staying humble. Like you can learn from anyone. Like, from a kindergarten to all the way like an adult, like a full adult, and anyone, you have a lot to learn from them. Okay. That's especially coming from Taekwondo. Okay. I'm learning something every day from a white belt and everyone. It's really amazing. Yeah, and also sticking to your values. Sometimes like in high school, I actually question, should I be going out with my friends to restaurants every week as well? They used to hang out after school in parks and just having fun. I personally felt like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not really spending time with them. I'm so focused on my work and I'm just doing so much academics. But again, it comes down to reminding yourself why you are here, your purpose, right? Okay. And your goal that you're trying to achieve, and making sure every action you take in a day is linking back to the goal. You're not kind of deviating from that. So personally, I did not attend any formal, no socials, nothing. Not even my graduation formal. I didn't attend that either. Yeah, but again, just because I was so focused. And that doesn't mean you tarnish your relationship with anyone. Like all my friends are still really, really close. Even after 2 years of different universities, I don't go to the same uni as them. They are still so close. We hang out every month as well. So it doesn't affect anything. Like as long as you're stuck to your goal, it won't change anything else in your life.
Thank you, Sharavi, for covering off that Gen Z. But we do have a surprise today, and we have a year student who wants to ask a specific question to you.
If you could speak directly to today's high schoolers, those managing expectations, comparisons, and change, what message would you give them about learning, identity, and confidence?
Yeah, so I think a lot of your learning and confidence comes from building good connections and leveraging your resources that are all around you, right? So you have your teachers. Usually people think of teachers as a transactional relationship, right? Like they teach you, you get marks. But they are so much more beyond that, right? Like they can guide you in the most nitty-grittiest things ever. And they pay a lot of attention to like what you're doing as well. So they actually do a lot of, they actually look at your reports pretty well, and they observe you in classes as well. So definitely going up to them, asking a lot of questions, that really helps build a perspective of who you are in their eyes. And then based on that, they're going to guide you all the way till year 12. I know a lot of my year 9 teachers too, they really ask me how am I doing along the way. And they really
even when you're in year 12, is it?
Yeah, even in year 12, I just see them randomly in the hallway and they're asking me like, oh, how's that subject going? And how are you doing in that? They're asking me, are you asking a lot of questions in class? Yeah, they still like remember all of that feedback they gave in my report cards, and it's really inspiring. And of course, at the end of the day, showing gratitude to them is really important, because just the fact that amongst thousands of school students, they remembered you and your specific characteristics and what you need to improve on, what you're really amazing at, is it's really remarkable. Showing that thank you towards them is it's really essential. And also linking every action that you do to your outcome that you want it to be. So having a goal in mind and making sure that whatever you do is actually adding more to that goal. So you take one step towards the goal every time. So if it comes down to not going to a few parties just in order to get that chapter of textbook revision done, do it, because your goal is not to just go to the party, right?
Yeah.
And just have fun. You have a specific goal of getting an ATAR, getting into university, and life beyond that as well. So making sure that every decision is actually right for your goal.
Thank you so much. I think the choice of words you have used, like in terms of the gratitude, empathy, and the values, I feel like listening to a very, very mature person, and but still we are speaking to a Gen Z who's actually trying to define the world, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I just want to take opportunity to thank yourself for coming here, and also Yogesh and Gauri, your parents, for saying okay for doing this podcast. Thank you so much for coming.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Thank you.